Jeff, Kelly, and Mudflap's What a Replay of the Day, presented by Whataburger.
We hear all the time about scams that are going around, and whether it be something that you're getting an email or you're getting a phone call. In fact, I remember a few weeks ago, I don't know if you heard it or not, but our intern Mitch had talked about a scam that his grandfather was a victim of, where they get this information, they call the grandparent and say, and act like they're their grandchild, and said, "Hey, listen, I'm in trouble. Could you please send me money?" Mm-hmm. And so that thing has been going around quite a bit. Well, then there's these other scams of where you get a phone call from some unknown area code or something, and they always tell you never answer those phone calls if you know where they're coming from. But Mudflap, you took the plunge and went ahead and answered one of those phone calls yesterday.
Bless
And what was on the call? What happened?
Well, I got a call, and I was like, "Hello," and on the other end, I could hear someone go, kind of in a kind of sketchy, kind of understand it, but not really.
Like, was it like they were trying to disguise their voice or something?
Like they kind of disguise their voice, and he's like, "Congratulations!" I'm like, "Uh-huh," and he's like, "You just won $2.5 million." I was like, "Hey!"
So at this point, obviously, you thought it was real.
Yeah, you had me at $2.5 million. Keep talking, yeah. So, and immediately I'm a little skeptical because
a little?
A lot. I mean, because, we've been talking about it. And he's like, so he begins to explain, and he's like, and he kept telling me, "Congratulations, you're $2.5 million, you can quit your job." And I was like, "Right now?" I mean,
this guy really just wants to be the next Mudflap.
And so anyway, and then he basically proceeds to, tell me what I've won, and then he said, "Are you someplace private?" And I said,
he didn't ask you what you're wearing, did he?
No, he didn't. And I go, "Well, no, not really, He's like, "Well, you need to get someplace private." Well, in my head, I'm like, I want to hear what he's got to say.
Man.
But you're telling me you know this is a scam.
I know this is a scam.
Tell me
I know this is a scam. But I want to hear what he's had it, because I'm curious now. So he proceeds to tell me that from Publishers Clearing House that I've won $2.5 million, and that I need to be home by 1:45.
Okay.
I'm like, "Well, I'm at work. What time do you get off?" I'm like, "Well, normal time as everybody else, but I can't be home." He's like, "Well, you've won $2.5 million. You've got to be home, because when we come to your door," he said, "Well, what are you going to do when you get this money?" I said, "Probably give him a big old hug and kiss." He's like, "Well, besides that," I said, "I don't know. Open up a plant shop or something."
So if you're just joining us here on Mudflap, had a scam phone call yesterday that he actually does what they recommend you not do, and that is answer the call from an unknown
and
number.
Talk to the person.
So anyway, they go on here. So they're saying they're gonna come bring you the money, and it's gonna be a big thing.
Deal. Yeah, and then he goes, "Oh, Winfrey and Donald Trump is in Lubbock."
Wow.
I'm like, "Really? Are they at the airport?" Yes. And I'm like, "That's kind of cool."
So now you're just messing
with him. But I'm trying to be as real as possible, because I'm just curious how far he's going to take it and where he's going to take it. So he goes, "Yes, they're at the airport. They need to know, you're going to be home." Right. And I said, so at this stage, I'm like, okay, well, I'm a little skeptical. And I'm Googling as he's talking. I'm Googling this number and finding out all the information I can about him,
So does he ever ask for like your credit card or
well, he doesn't
your address?
Ask for the credit card, but he asks. He goes, "Address. Where do you live?" No. So I go, "I'll tell you what.
So you gave him
Let's
Jeff's
compare it."
address,
I said,
right?
"What do you have address? What do you show the address that I have? And then I'll tell you my address."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Let's see." And he kind of paused a little bit, and he goes, Farm Road or something. I mean, he knows Lubbock to some degree.
Right.
So, and I go, no. It's like,
so I give
him a fake address.
Okay.
And anyway, so he's like, "All right, well, you need to be home, by 1:45, because you're going to win the thing." And I'm like, "All right, so can I go there now? I'm ready for my millions." And so he goes, "Well, you need to go," and he gives me this goes to the post office and get a something. I don't even know
Money
what it is,
order?
like a money order type thing. And he's like, you need to write this down. Write this down. You're writing this down. He made sure I was writing it down. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm writing it down right now. At this stage, I'm tired of it. I'm ready to get off of it. And so he goes, gives it to me, and I said, all right. He goes, repeat that for me. And I went, and so I just give it, and at this stage, I'm just like ready to go. And he goes, can you repeat that? And
At this point, he's probably ready to go also.
so I was like, all right, well, I'm headed home now. I am waiting for my millions, buddy. I'm stoked, man. This is going to be really cool.
So what ultimately happens? How'd you get out of this? You just hang up on him or what?
Yeah, he said,
Okay.
well, no. He gave me his cell number. That's right. He gave me his cell number, and he said, call me back when you get home. You betcha.
Yeah.
And he gave me his name. He gave me the person that
sure
I
it's
was going
real.
to talk to. And
Yeah. All right. So
Mudflap,
yeah, this is you should never answer phone
primer
calls
for what not to do.
that when you have unrecognizable numbers like that and strange area codes. I mean, you look at that and you go, you know what? I don't think so.
I shouldn't have done it. I don't recommend it. I was just curious where he was going to take it and what he was going to do. I mean, the fact that he knew I was Lubbock and knew a farm road.
By talking to him, you verified everything except for your actual address. And look, I know you're a smart guy, but these scammers,
I mean, that's debatable.
I'm trying to be nice. These scammers, it's what they do 24/7. They're experts at getting information. So, and by the way, that 879 area code, you said it was an 879 area code, is a scam phone number. So,
Yeah.
you ever
Well,
see
hopefully
that?
they didn't have some
Don't
way
answer.
that they connected you and you're going to get some incredibly expensive phone bill maybe.
876 is the number.
876?
Yeah, 876.
I'm going to have to look it up. Because this 879 was the one that was being used a couple of weeks ago when you would get a call and they'd hang up and then people would call back that number and get charged like $20 a minute.
Right. Yeah. So hopefully you didn't get anything like that.
I never called back anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's just never a good idea to answer those calls that you don't know, you don't recognize. So I hope it all works out for you. But thanks for sharing your story. Let this be a warning. Yeah, I wouldn't try this at home. And but thanks for thank you for taking one for the team and doing that, so the rest
So
of
we
us
all can learn.
can go. Wow, I will never do something like that.
96.3 KXXL.